Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavin.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Medalist Season 1, Episode 10, called Howling at Night.
I mean, we did a pretty thorough breakdown of the last episode.
Yes.
Inori came second. That was the spot she deserved.
Don't ever use that word, Adam. Ever. If you know what's good for you.
But in fairness, she earned that spot, and it was where kind of she belonged in the field, I would say.
Yeah, Emma was
better.
legit.
She had a little sprained ankle, shin splints onsetting, taking the summer break off. No idea how long that is. So I'm assuming a little bit of a time skip here.
Are we assuming a time skip, or are we gonna fight through some of this injury situation?
I think the rehab for shin splints is like very tedious, so I don't think we're gonna get
Well, maybe it's gonna
much of
speak
that.
to like how, you know,
I mean, it's
you have to
possible.
overcome it.
My
I'm fine with a time skip, okay?
My instinct is some sort of time skip.
Fingers crossed here, everybody.
Yeah. So
Skipping over this injury.
we will see what happens.
Well, maybe we're gonna get a level 2 exam.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good call.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever they decide to throw at us, I'm gonna be okay with it because this anime has not missed yet.
It has not. It has not.
I'm excited. Let's get going here. Medalist Season 1, Episode 10 is coming right now.
去年の大会から1年が過ぎ、二度目の名工
Okay, there we go.
Whoa. We're
So
not
back
talking,
to the Mako Cup.
We're not talking just this little time skip here.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Did this happen in the manga?
She's legit.
ダブルフリップダブルトーループダブルループ3連続ジャンプ成功
唯一会のりさんの得点58点
Wow.
What level is she?
現在の順位は第1位です
よし
I wonder how good her sister was.
ただいまより5級女子
Oh,
Where's
dang,
Emma?
she won.
表彰式を
Probably
Level
in,
5!
優勝ルクス東山 FSC 唯一会のりさん私は6年生になり
well, she got her
こっち
podium.
テストは5級になったヒカルちゃんと戦えるまであと1級みのりちゃんすごいな
What do you have to say, bro?
あいつおいヒカルを置いて名古屋から出てけよこのクソじじい
If a kid talked to me like that, I would probably
ヒ
laugh.
カルはメダリストになれるこそこそして試合にも来ないで何がコーチだよ目的は何だなんでヒカルのコーチしてる生徒を育てたいわけでもなく父さんみたいにスケートバカなわけでもないのにおい無視すんなヒカルの邪魔なんなよクソじじいスケートから逃げたくせに
Oof.
言われないとわからないのかなヒカルにとって一番邪魔なのは勘違いしてるお前だよ
Well,
I'm picturing you talking to the 10-year-old boys in the grocery store.
we don't have to get into that. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like a month-long time skip.
Yes, so did
Not
I.
a year.
Although I'm kind of glad we've jumped this far, because she's
No,
clearly...
I want to see every step of this journey.
It would be a very long show.
I'm not opposed to it.
I know. But she's mastered skills. She's very close to competing in the novice beat level. So we've jumped through, and to do that in 1 year I think would be very impressive. Like 4 levels.
Do you think that Hikaru's coach is lurking about to try to steal her from Tsukasa?
No, I don't think he's... I think he still thinks she's not gonna have a chance.
What is a typical ascension through the ranks here. Is it unheard of to go from 0 to winning level 5 in a year? I feel like yes.
Yeah, probably. But even if it's not unheard of, Hikaru has been solely training. Like, put anime aside, it would probably just never happen.
I can think of something in real life that happened like that.
Do
you want to know who I'm thinking about?
Who are you thinking of?
The Norwegian beach volleyball team.
Totally
The
fine.
Swedish men beach volleyball team.
Yes.
These guys, both teams, came out of literally nowhere and then dominated.
I understand what you're saying, but they played like all the way through they showed up on the world stage and did that. But you can always find counterexamples, but if you're betting your coaching money on who's going to progress, like working with Hikaru or Inori it's a no-brainer. She's just more polished. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that's in his mindset at all.
Okay. Secondly, what's Ryo's deal?
He's got to have a crush.
He has to have a crush on Hikaru. There's no way a young boy would care at all.
I agree. Or he's super invested in what his dad's doing.
Also, would never happen.
Yeah. But he skates too.
He skates, but I'm just like, why do you care so much?
Yeah, there's got to be.
There's something at play here.
Yeah. We'll see.
Can he at least admit that Inori's good finally?
Probably not.
3連続ジャンプにキャメルスピン。後半にジャンプを詰め込むためのトレーニングも大変だったけど、1年かけて体と向き合いながら頑張って成長してきた姿を見ることができて本当に良かった。ドキュメンタリーでもう一度見たい。バッチテストもあと1級。6級になれば全日本ノービス A に挑戦できる。けど
Novice A.
その6級は大きな壁。5歳から始めた多くの選手が合格できずに夢を諦めている。その理由はアクセル。トーループ、サルコ、ループ、フリップ、ルッツの上に立つ最高難易度ジャンプ界のボス。6級合格には2回転のアクセル成功が必須だからだ。
どうしても降りたら転んじゃう。
他の5種類のジャンプと違い、アクセルだけは前向きで飛び上がる。つまり半回転余計に回らないと着氷できないということ。少し休む？
はい。
この半回転は選手の感覚的には1回転余分に回るのに近く、
1回転の時から思ってたんですけど、ダブルアクセルって2回転半というより3回転小ですよね。
そうだね。という感覚になるくらい
Sure
他の
does.
5つのジャンプより格段に難しいのだ。
助走のスピードは上がってると思うのにな。
スピードが上がるとその分遠心力も強くなるからね。
遠心力？
ほら、遊園地のティーカップも勢いよく回すと体が外に押し付けられるでしょ。でも中心にいれば
外側に引っ張られない。
さすがいのりさん。そう、早く回転するにはスピードよりも中心軸への意識が大事なんだ。
もう一回お願いします。
本当に
Sports physics for you.
はい。
ちょっと来て、ちょっと。
はじめまして。ソニドリと申します。
First of all, I thought that was her mom at the awards ceremony. I was like, wow, she got new earrings. No, the club owner got a haircut.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her either.
Wow. Love this explanation. I did not know that you approached an axle facing forward.
I didn't.
That has got to be so hard. Can you think about that? Like, it makes sense to me, like flowing into a jump backwards, but to come into it forwards just seems very hard.
I mean, I've tried to do some stuff on a snowboard and it's the same.
Wow, I just keep thinking about it now. Okay.
I'm
that's-
glad I never had to do any spins or anything for any sports I played.
Oh, our height and our limbs.
Not the best.
We'd be like a windmill. Get the electricity generators out there, everybody.
That centrifugal force in the teacup, we're just flying.
It's just like generating
Winds
electricity
everywhere.
for the whole city.
これは息子のリオです。
びっくりした？本物だよ。本物のソニドリ先生。司くん大ファンだったでしょ？
That's embarrassing. Why did she say that?
Yeah.
はい。ですが今日はコーチとしてではなく保護者として伺いました。
すみません。
では改めまして、こちらアシスタントコーチの
Tsukasa is gonna like pass out if he asks him to coach his kid.
秋浦寺司です。この人はいつになったら俺の名字を覚えてくれるんだろう。それで要件というのは？
はい。最近息子が伸び悩んでおりまして、本人の希望で1週間ほどルクスでお世話になりたいと。
本当はここに移籍したかったんだけど、ダメって言うから。
何か事情でもあるのかな。でもどうしてルクスに？
ここならソータくんがいるから。
ああ、ソータさん。
小さい頃、名工のスケート教室で一緒だったんですよね。
まあでもどこでもよかったんだけどね。あのジジイがいる名工から離れられれば。
リオ。
あのジジイ、お父さんのことではないよな。もしかしてヨダかジュン。確か上崎光選手のコーチは表向きはソニダリ慎一郎になっている。やっぱり何かあるのか。
私のクラブに所属している男子は現在シニアしかおらず、本人のモチベーション的にも高峰先生のところでお願いするのがいいのではないかと。
こちらとしては全然構いませんが、担当は司先生でもよろしいでしょうか？司先生はまだ1年の先日正式にインストラクターになったばかりではありますが、研修期間の1年で生徒さんを初級から5級まで合格させた実績があります。今のリオくんに変化を期待するなら司先生が適任かと。
高峰先生がそこまで推薦される方に見ていただけるのでしたら。
Why doesn't
Wow,
she
she's
want to take
got
him?
serious street cred.
こちらこそ。
やだ。ヘッドコーチが見てくれないんならやだ。
リオ、失礼だぞ。
Wow.
嫌なら仕方ないか。
まあ好きにすればいいけどね。俺は親父や光みたいな才能はないし。
秋浦寺先生。
I don't like this kid.
いえ、そのままで。こちらの指導が至らず、ご無礼をお詫び申し上げます。リオを何卒よろしくお願いいたします。
The humility.
I actually love that.
Yes.
He has got to be crapping his pants.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that guy's like his hero.
Yeah. This made me think about somebody coaching our daughter in volleyball with us like standing
Not
on the
gonna
side.
happen.
I know it won't happen.
She can start with you or with me, and when one of us messes it up, the other one will just continue.
You're not coaching me today. Sub. Not only is this massive, if he does a good job, like if he progresses, his name will go everywhere. Given the humility of his dad as a coach and as a silver medalist, if he puts his name out there, everybody will want lessons from him. Like that endorsement will change his life.
But it's such a tricky situation because Inori is the perfect student for him.
Correct.
They just have such a great chemistry because of their like personalities, what they've been through. Like that's a very unique dynamic. So will he be a good coach for somebody else?
So-
I'm not saying that he doesn't have like good coaching ability. We've seen his like innate skills, you know, but he might not be the right fit for Rio.
We have talked about this in Haikyuu, where as a coach, your tendency is to work with athletes who are similar to you. You find it easier to relate and all of those. This to me, just seeing the situation, is going to be his first test as a coach to see if he can take his style and apply it. I mean, Rio seems like a little bit of a dink.
Yeah.
And so how is he going to deal with that? How is he going to manage? How is he going to communicate? And now can he step out of where he's comfortable and tailor it to another athlete? This is a great challenge for him. And he's under pressure and scrutiny, which will not make it any easier. This is a tough go.
I just want to say the athletes that I respect the most are so humble.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Olympic silver medalist is bowing in gratitude to, quite frankly, a nobody just kind of
100%.
speaks to the kind of person he is. I don't even know him.
Bro house material.
オリンピック銀メダリストに頭を下げられた。というわけで今日から一緒にグループレッスンするソニドリーリオさんです。
He'd be like, hey, shrimp hair.
喋んなブスエビフライ。
来週の合宿も一緒だよ。
そうたくん、あれリオくんなんでいるの？ここのクラブでしばらく一緒に練習することになって。え、本当？ねえスイッチ持ってる？持ってきたけど早くリンクへ乗ろうよ。そうたくん、そうたくん、そうたくんも絶対手を前にして飛んだ方がいいよ。
やっぱり男の子のスケート友達がいると嬉しいみたいね。楽しそう。
リオさんも5級だって言ってたよ。
本当ですか？
その方がいいと思
Maybe
う。
Rio won't be such
ちょ
a
っとや
jerk
ってみる。
anymore.
リオくん、
いのりちゃん。
私と同じ呼吸なんだね。よろしく。
誰？あんた。
いつかいのりです。
Love his eyes, by the way.
おお、着氷後がスーッとよく伸びる綺麗なダブルアクセル。足首の柔らかさを生かしたチェックポーズの美しさはお父さん譲り。
Hey,
Flexible
そ
ankles.
うなんですか？
うん。
I do not have
思い出すな
flexible ankles.
Me either.
中学の頃夢中で見てたよ。高身長で高く飛びズバッと軸を決めるダイナミックな4回転のソニドリ先生とはジャンプの型が違うけどね。ただどちらにしろ今よりもう少し軸を作るタイミングを早くできれば余裕もできるはず。
Okay, he does know what's going on.
Can he communicate it though?
別に。今は3回転飛べないと意味ないから。男子の6級は3回転2回転のコンビネーション飛べないと合格できないし。
そんなに？
同じ5級だからって同族意識やめてよね。男子は女子と違って4級でノービス A に出場できるんだから。
Oh.
そうなんだ。
ということは6級合格が今のリオさんの目標。
お互い頑張ろうね。
リオさん、さっきのジャンプ素晴らしかったよ。
はいはい。ソニドリ慎一郎みたいだって言うんでしょ。毎回同じで。
お父さんと違うジャンプの型なんだね。
え？
ソニドリ先生は縦に高く飛ぶ高飛び型ジャンプ。リオさんは距離を長く飛ぶ幅跳び型ジャンプ。それに飛び上がるとき空中でスッと姿勢を調整できるセンスと
He's gonna win him over by
試行錯誤と
acknowledging the differences between him and his dad.
さらにチェックポーズの足の角度の意識、細部にこだわる志。フィジカルでリオさんの凄さを説明するのはもったいない。きっとすごい素敵な選手になるよ。
大人にすっごい
That I never get from my dad.
Exactly.
けど素直に喜んだらダメな気がする。
あそこまで
こんなところ誰かに見られたら。
光にとって一番邪魔なのは勘違いしてるお前だよ。
素敵な選手。
え？
今の俺の年齢で6級取ってる選手がどんだけいると思ってんの？俺はサラブレッドとしてはもう終わってるんだよ。
お、リオさん。
無責任なこと言うのやめてください。ちょっと褒められたからって何浮かれてるんだ。
He's pretty self-aware.
そんなの未来の何の保証にもならないのに。
When you've never received praise, it is very hard to accept it. I may be speaking from personal experience. Yeah.
I would say 98% of the compliments you get are rebuffed with some comment about why it's not appropriate.
I can relate to him because when I was growing up, I didn't receive praise for anything. Like it was always be better, be better, be better, be better. And so even as an adult receiving praise, it's always like, okay, but it's like so hard for me to just take a second and be like, thank you.
Yeah.
And then not qualify it.
But the thing is, he enjoyed it. Like, he wanted to accept it, but he's been trained not to.
No, everybody likes to be
Yeah.
told nice things. It's human nature.
But his perspective isn't wrong. Like, there are different expectations and different attention when your dad or your parents were great. It's a reality. It'll be interesting to see if Tsukasa can change that mentality a little bit, or help him, like, find himself away from his dad, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
見た
はい
覚えてる
はい
ユダカジュン神崎光二人の才能を目の当たりにしたら前向きになんかなれない。ちょっとくらいできたからって喜ぶなんてできない。
リオくんリオくんどうしたの？
別にレッスンが終わったから帰るだけ。っ
もう
ていうかさ、あの先生誰？
あ司先生だよ。
何してた人？
アイスダンス。
それだけ？嫌だな。経歴のはっきりしない人に癖のある教え方されるの。
Sometimes the ones who don't have the careers are the best
よく
teachers.
わからないけど心配ないよ。司先生のスケートすっごく綺麗なんだよ。それに
下手くそなあんたからしたらどの先生でもそう見えるだろうけど。
そんなんじゃないもん。
じゃあ聞くけど、あの人ダブルアクセルちゃんと飛べるの？
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
やっぱりか。一回きりの選手人生だよ。実績がない人に預けるなんて博打が過ぎる。
Let's see how she responds.
上目指す気あるなら今からコーチ変えたら。じゃあ
And yet, you're here, Rio. So,
I'm really curious though. His statement's not wrong.
what do you mean?
You get one shot. Like, it's tough to be the athlete that a coach learns on.
Okay, so people who took chances on you and you hadn't done anything.
100%. I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm not saying you can't find a gem, but I'm saying, what were you looking for when you switched to beach to find a coach?
If I was looking for a coach who won an Olympic medal, I never would have gotten coached by anybody.
No,
That's the thing. It's like you're not going to find coaches who achieve what you want to.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that you have to do that to be a good coach.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, his resume from that standpoint is not very good.
Tell me somebody's that is.
Well, I'm
Would you say that your resume was extravagant?
No, it still isn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, I know, and so you can find that fit, but coming from where he is, like, I'm not saying in this specific case, I'm saying that sentiment though of like, it's tough to trust your career to somebody who is unproven. Not necessarily as achieving something, but as a coach.
I don't care. I don't agree with you. It's not, who cares what the person has done? It's about being able to pinpoint technique.
I agree.
Pay attention to details, things like that. That's what coaching is. Like, I don't care what you did as an athlete. Like, can you...
I was talking about his resume as a coach.
Has the Olympic gold medalist done anything as a coach either? No. He attached himself to somebody who was already good. What has he done as a coach?
I think there are tons of good coaches who don't have experience. I'm saying from Rio's point of view with his pedigree, I think that opinion is very common. But his dad giving the nod to Tsukasa should give him some validity. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I think that perspective, like, I understand where he's coming from. I don't agree with it, but I think it's probably prevalent.
俺たちは勝ちます。
私たちは与高潤さんが教 教えてる。ヒカルちゃんに勝つ。
はあ、
勝つの。ヒカルちゃん7級合格おめでとう。
Rio's probably never seen that kind of passion.
本当？天才じゃん。
できないんだよ。
できるよ。
できない。
できる。私はダブルアクセルを降りて今年全日本ノービスに出る。そしてヒカルちゃんに勝つ。
Yeah, girl.
あんたノービスのレベル分かってんの？6級勝ってダブルアクセル飛べますくらいじゃ予選すらこいつヒカルの演技見たことないのか。根拠全くないだろう。気持ちだけで勝てるはずが。
It goes a long way, though.
なんでそんなに言えるんだ。本気で信じられるんだ。俺もこんな風に言えたらいいのに。
いのりさん、リオさんも。
リオくんの先生はお父さんなんだよね。なんだもヨダカさんと一緒に表彰台に乗った。
それがなんだよ。
だったらリオくんよりも私が先に3回転2回転のコンビネーションジャンプを降りる。そして司先生がすごいって証明するから。
いのりさん待って何喧嘩してるの。
司先生。
原因は何。
司先生には関係ないです。
めっちゃくちゃ俺の名前言ってたよね。
関係ないです。
いのりさん。あ、更衣室。
Safe refuge.
リオさん。
気まずい気まずい気まずい。何ですか。
いや、少し話をしたいと思って。
喧嘩のことですか。それなら。
それもあるけど、リオさんのこともっといろいろ知りたいんだ。例えばスケートを始めたきっかけとか。
は、親がオリンピック選手だからやらされたに決まってるでしょ。本当に先生と話してるとイライラする。
This kid needs to learn
練習
some
に送るんで
respect.
マジでほっといてください。
司先生、私この夏に6級絶対に受かりたいです。
I made a bold claim, now I need to pull it off.
今年の全日本ノービスに出たいので、だからよろしくお願いします。さよなら。
いのりさん、中身。
すいません。
Sometimes not, and I think more than sometimes, not being fully immersed in the world or not coming from that world is actually an asset because she doesn't know what she doesn't know.
And no one's told her she can't be what she wants to be yet. I completely agree with you. Rio has known from the beginning, like, he's not as good as his dad. He's around the top of the top of the top. Like, it's such a double-edged sword, right? You're exposed to the sport at the highest level. You understand what it takes. But if you're not there or you're not as quick, like, it erodes at you. I almost feel kind of bad for him. Almost.
I mean, I hate his attitude.
Totally.
But it can be very challenging, I bet, to have grown up in the environment he grew up in.
Yes.
But I am obsessed with Inori's conviction.
If you're gonna do something, you should do it with the full belief that you will be successful. She may or may not, but with that determined belief, whatever happens at the end, she will be able to look at what she's done and go, I did everything I can. And really, what else can you ask for?
さっき話してくれたことだけど、
やっぱり難しいですか。
今のペースで考えると今年はダブルアクセルと6級の受験でいっぱいいっぱい。3回転2回転が必要な全日本ノービスは。
でも今よりもっと頑張れば。
気持ちはわかるよ。けどいのりさんの練習量はすでに許容量マックス。これ以上は新スプリントになる可能性がある。
Load management, baby.
もちろん練習方法を変えて上達のスピードを速める方法もあるけど、俺が見る限り今のいのりさんの成長スピードは爆速。1年で5級まで行っただけでもすごい速さなんだ。
Okay, answered my previous
リ
question.
オさんとは何があって喧嘩してたの？今年中にノービスに出たいって言ったのは何かあったからなんだよね。 全日本に向けて緊張感が高まっている。周りの空気に当てられて焦りが出たのかな。
That's about
で
you.
も言葉を一生懸命飲み込んでいる。なんだ、何話してたんだ？
私
ん？
去年から4センチも身長が伸びたんです。それだけじゃなくて体力テストがすごく良くて、かけっことかマット運動とかその学年で5番以内になって褒められたんです。何もない子から運動ができる子になったんです。私前と全然変わったと思うんです。氷の上だけじゃなくて陸でもでき
It's
ることが
amazing what confidence does for people.
ダブルアクセル？
はい、陸なら飛べる。だから3回転2回転も飛んでみせます。
飛べてるじゃん！ダブルアクセル飛べてるじゃん、いのりさん！今回ってたよ、2回転半！
ちょっと前にできるようになったんです。氷の上ではまだですけど。
なんてこった。飛べないのは筋力不足が原因だと思い込んでいたけど、陸でできるならフィジカルはあるってことだ。俺は氷の上しか見ていなかったんだ。いのりさん、来週の合宿で特訓だ。
Land training.
特訓？
ああ、目指そう、全日本ノービス上崎光選手と同じ舞台を。
You always need all the information.
Well, she lied about what they were arguing about.
No, I mean her being able to land and jump
Yeah,
on the net.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's the give and take. You
Yes.
know, sometimes a coach is there to push you harder, sometimes he has to rein you in, but sometimes as an athlete, you need to step up and be like, no, I can do this.
Especially in single sport athletes where it's an interesting dynamic. I know she's young and there's an age discrepancy and everything else, but like you know what you're capable of.
Yeah, she has to make the push, but then there's also times that the athlete needs to be like, I need to
trust you.
I need to reel it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I bet they're gonna do land training next week.
Mm-hmm.
My friends in elementary school were figure skaters and they had the spin board, you know? I could never figure it out.
I taped shoes to a skateboard deck and practiced rotating on a trampoline to try and hit my snowboard jumps.
You hit taped shoes onto...
A skateboard. And I bounced
Without
on
the
the
wheels.
without the wheels. And I bounced on the trampoline to try and like understand and be able to rotate.
But I do not trust trampolines. So I, as your parent, would probably say absolutely not, because that is asking for a broken neck. Anyway, Rio, I understand where he's coming from. He's probably had it tough. I'm not saying
Tortured
it's easy,
soul.
but like, you don't have to treat people that way.
No.
You can talk to people in a more respectful manner.
But you can tell he's been trained, right? Like you see the emotion inside of him and his responses are always deadpan.
Tsukasa gonna crack that shell.
I
baby.
agree. I agree.
Get right in there. He's gonna be a puddle in no time.
He's gonna help him A, find his love of skating, but B, find his own style and identity.
There you go.
Yeah.
Adam's writing another anime for us. He hasn't missed. Let us know your thoughts. That time skip was wow.
Perfect.
I asked it at the beginning, I'll ask it again. Did this happen in the manga? Did they jump that far in advance or did we see the step by step? Somebody tell us.
Fair enough.
And, you know, tell us all the other stuff in the comments too, please. And as always, I'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Medalist coming next week. Bye.